Welcome back to Talk Fit. I'm Josh Day, head coach here at Leander CrossFit Level 3 trainer. And this is...
Rebecca Remus. I am the owner, also CrossFit Level 3 trainer. And I'm not on the floor as much as I should be, but whatever. So how has everything been past week?
Man, it was crazy, right?
Yeah.
We had Barcode, our competition we host annually, year 10.
Yeah,
we did
year
teams
10.
Of 3 this year.
Yeah.
I think it went really well. We've got great people, great volunteers help run it. So
it was definitely very organized. Nothing. I think we did a good job of our sit downs and kind of planning for like the timeline and practicing the workouts. And I think Evan did an amazing job. Nothing but good feedback on how those workouts went. I just enjoyed, like, they were fun to spectate as well. And people that were doing them had a good time. So in years past, we've done, like I mentioned in the previous podcast, it's been male, female, teams of 2. So we wanted to try something different with year 10. So there was quite a bit of freedom we got when you had like same-sex teams, like with the layout, and it's just the speed also with the way these people were moving because they were all using the same exact equipment. It was really, really fun to spectate. It was
a lot of fun.
A couple of videos that were put out. One of our members, Jay, I believe it's J&J. Yeah, is him as a partner of a media company. So a couple of videos they put out for us. If you had a chance, take a look at our Instagram at Leander CrossFit. I think 3 of them have been sent out. There's at least 1 or 2 I think he's going to put out, and then we're
gonna get photos.
Be on the lookout for the photos. We'll send a link or however. I'm not sure how he's going to distribute them to them, but if you did compete. We'll be messaging everybody, let them know where they can take a look at the photos. So I'm already impressed with what I've seen and what he's done.
Awesome.
I didn't even know because I happen to follow him on Instagram too because I think they did like a wedding or something this weekend and he's got a drone. Like, oh my, what else? What else can you?
I head through here.
I know.
No, it was awesome. They did great.
We got really lucky. The weather was amazing. Like it being Texas, it wasn't super hot. People had their tent city put up. They had plenty of space to recover in between. The volume wasn't too much to where they didn't feel recovered in between their workouts. So I was really happy with the way the event went.
It was great. Yeah, great turnout.
We still are probably send a message also to see maybe like a Survey Monkey, see how everybody their feedback, and then obviously within the staff here we'll sit down and see. It's always let's take a step back and let's tear ourselves apart, see what we could have done better, for next year. So, So thank y'all, everybody that came out. Thanks so much for our buddies over at Voodoo, Round Rock, Lake Travis, Liberty Hill. I think Tom had a brother-in-law that came in from Waco. Yeah, great group of people. So appreciate y'all. So what else?
Duality qualifiers, separators just wrapped up.
Yeah,
it's fun. I'm finally back in class. Finally back in class, y'all. And like 3 weeks of just separators and qualifiers.
Yeah,
good stuff. I love it. I hate it. I love it. I did tell Ariel yesterday, I was talking to her on the phone on the way home, and I was like, I'm kind of bummed they're over because I can't cherry pick, like, the gym workouts now. I know. Because I have to do a qualifier. Like, I wasn't not working out. It's just yesterday looked like a great partner workout, but also I was okay having to redo one of my workouts, so.
But the same, like, there was a couple of them last week, you're like, I do need to do this, but that looks like a lot of fun. Was Diane?
Diane was one. Luckily, I had a break, and then there was one. I think actually this week it was the
wall walk one.
Wall walk.
That was a fun
snatch one, written for me. So then I did that, and then I needed to redo one that was double unders and wall walks and pull-ups and handstand push-ups.
I love these. They've been really fun, creative workouts.
They were great. We're sitting in 4th right now. At least last night, I think we were in 4th, and they're separators. So we made RX. We'll go compete in November.
November's duality.
Yeah, duality. Okay. We did not make TFX. Yeah, there's some fit people out there.
Yeah. Oh, man. And they're only getting fitter every year. Yeah. It's like what you're defining as like RX and intermediate is just like how the bar's just getting moved up. Yeah.
Crazy.
And the thing is, we are getting fitter too. We're
using that fitness. Yeah. Scored a goal in hockey.
Oh yeah, that's
right. We didn't have a podcast last week because Barcode, but scored a goal 2 Mondays ago.
First one. Goal. Yeah. Slippery slope. Now he's going to be like,
watch out.
Not even a big deal.
Didn't score this point. That's okay. It was really funny. I was talking to somebody and they're like, good job on that. Is that like hard?
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, yeah, I didn't plan on scoring this season. So that's fun. Good stuff. Oh man.
Oh my gosh. I had thought about something. I don't know. It'll come back to my brain. I don't know.
Was it competing?
It might have been competing. I don't know because we've already talked about the Service Cup. Oh yeah, next thing. So we hosted Barcode. Now we're looking at November. Next thing we're hosting is the Green Beret Fitness 24-hour
Yes.
competition. I think those are still available. I comment or somewhere. I'll send the link out there. I forgot to mention. I talked to Laura too after we got done with Barcode.
Show notes.
Show notes. Yeah. Provide the link. I think you can still. I know talking to the folks from Voodoo, they were interested because this is a different type of format event. One workout released every 24 hours. So people, again, they'll have not just tents set up. They're not just tent city, but they'll actually bring like camping tents and hammocks and all that stuff. And, probably shower in between events. We do have a shower here. So, they've hosted this at different gyms around the United States. They have a crew that's actually going to come in. We are just like the venue. I was in the impression that we were going to kind of help run it. No. She's like, no, we got it. They're going to bring their crew in and they're going to run the event. So and Laura's like, well, you're free to sign up because you're not going to be really doing it.
That's too many hours.
Yeah. It's like, oh, I am. So that's going to happen sometime beginning of November. Again, we'll provide the details for that. So if you want to do something, we have other buddies from the Austin area that have already signed up. My husband is actually signed up to do it with Mike Raffers. I'm excited to see him. He's, he pulls out the fitness when he wants to. To be like insanely fit.
I heard y'all working on Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh, I know. Carly said they're going to do their Valentine's Day massacre workout or a competition again in February. So he's like, you want to do it? Like, are we going to do it?
You're going to know the workout.
Are we actually going to do it? Like, are we going to complete the workout? So yeah. But he's been good. His attendance has been on the up and up, and he's getting his accountability buddies here too. So that's kind of cool. So that'll segue into what we're going to be talking about now.
Maybe leaning into this winter arc.
Yeah, so scrolling through the Instagram, you may have seen people do posts about, or even in YouTube videos being distributed out, something they're calling the winter arc. And I want to say it was like 2 weeks ago is when I saw.
Adrian Conway is the first one I saw.
Yes.
Shout out.
And it's like, I love his. You can go the extreme with it because there's videos out there, YouTube videos with David Goggins. For me, he's it's. And I get his intent. I love his passion for the way Adrian presented it. Like, yes, you're still like, it makes you want to run through a brick wall. But so we'll talk about, first off, we're going into the fall, right? And
are we?
We're in the fall.
It doesn't feel, actually, kind of felt like it this morning.
Yes.
Kind of.
And, a bunch of your kids are having events too. All the holiday parties are coming up. Now you're trying to see the holiday trees, all that stuff. And it gets to be when, the sunset happens a little bit sooner. And we noticed this was yesterday, day before yesterday. We were just like, man, I am here, but I just feel kind of
Lakeland's knocking.
Yeah. I'm feeling kind of drained, kind of tired. I got plenty of sleep last night, but I am, I feel like my body's trying to acclimate to what's going on with like the temperature dropping and now, like the sun's coming down, so we're not getting as much sunshine. It's not as bright. It's not as hot. So, you're coming in and it's, keeping your routine, but you're noticing that maybe feeling a little bit lethargic or maybe, I may need to squeeze a nap in today or something because I'm just not fully awake. And then as the day went on, I was, a little bit more alert and tackling like my to-do list for the day. But it's just, what happens this time of year with, winter months and first we're seeing the Halloween. Obviously, you'll see like Thanksgiving up and the Christmas. We do what we can to incentivize people to keep like their attendance. Like obviously, we're still doing our community club stickers. Encourage people to check in. We'll talk about different things that you can do to kind of keep your attendance going here within this time. But it's just the nature of what you start seeing. This is gyms like all over the world. People are just starting to get a little bit more lax and like, I'll start hitting again at the new year, and that's kind of like what Adrian kind of brought up in his post with the winter arc, where you still have your goals are not there. Like we still have our 2025 big whiteboard on the wall of goals that people set for themselves the first couple weeks in January, right? And we brought it up in July. Like, hey guys, we're at the halfway mark. Where are you on these goals? What are you doing to still make your way? And it's purposeful. So we have it up there so that you can see it every single day when you come in. But, other, not just like milestones, like we brought up the SMART goals, like, a lot of people have stuff on the rig, the handstand walks, duration on some type of aerobic workout or certain lifts that they're wanting to see themselves achieve in the year. But even with events coming, the Open's going to come in end of February again. They've already named the dates for it. What are you doing now, right? In October, November, December, you can, like most people, kind of take it easy and just kind of, I'll show up to the gym maybe 2 or 3 times, but you're not as, I don't want to say strict, but as regular as you were the beginning or the middle of the year. So, me and Ariel had like a coffee day with Carrie Kepler, owner of Central, about maybe a month ago, I guess it was, or almost a month ago. It's typical, and it's unfortunate, where people will gain somewhere between 5 to 10 pounds during these winter months because of not being as active or indulging a little bit. And we're not telling you, I would never tell you not to enjoy yourself on these holiday meals at all. But the thing is, like, Thanksgiving is one meal. You have your Christmas dinners and all that stuff. You can separate out like these days that are holidays. The problem is you open up that window. Like, I know Dave Castro brought up, he was on a podcast this weekend and he was asked, do you, drink alcohol? He's like, I don't, Monday through, I think Thursday, Monday through Friday. He goes, but I'll have, enjoy like one or two, I don't drink a lot, but he'll do like a whiskey or something like on the weekend, which is, hey, that's awesome. The problem is when your Friday becomes a Thursday or into Wednesday, or when you're like, oh, I just had a long day at work on Tuesday night. I'm just going to sit back and, talk, drink a glass of wine. And, we talked about that. I think when Mighty was on a previous podcast, like there are ramifications, consequences for, not the alcohol, but like you not having a plan in place, nutrition wise with it. So I've been doing most of the talking. I'm so sorry.
No, toddlers, right?
I know.
I'm in a meeting. I know. And she's knocking on the door.
So going back to like the Adrian Conway post, if you want to discuss kind of what like his
I should have reviewed that before we sat down today.
I know.
I saw it. I really liked it. The winter arc. I think it's, knowing what that is. It starts to get dark early. It gets cold. I don't know if you know this. We don't have heat. Well, we have a little bit of heat. But we don't really air condition or heat the gym, especially not when it's like, if it's below freezing, that's a different discussion. We'll talk about it. But when it's cold, like that's part of what we do.
Yeah.
It's like we fight through together. Like we've got to be able to do things when it's cold, when it's hot. So it gets really easy to not want to come here because it's cold, because it's dark. Unless you're 515er, then you're in the dark anyway all the time. But like when the 5:30 p.m. class is like, gets dark almost when they're starting class, like it gets a little bit harder to want to go there after, come here after you finish working. And so that winter arc is a time where motivation starts lacking, which is where we rely on our discipline we built, hopefully, throughout the year. But it is the most important time to hone in on your training and develop. That was a big takeaway that I saw from his post was a lot of people, because it's cold and dark, don't go to the gym. So now is the time for us to get ahead of anybody, especially if we're like wanting to compete in things. Right now is also a time that a lot of competitions and qualifiers, for instance, I spent the last 3 weeks doing qualifiers, not training. Did my fitness improve? Maybe a little bit, but not as much as it would have if I had just been training those 3 weeks. So a lot of people start pouring into those in this time because it's kind of the off season for CrossFit as a whole, because we have the Open in February and then whatever variation of the year it's looking like, quarterfinals, semifinals, then the games. And so everybody's so focused there. The motivation's there because we're like, oh, we've got the Open. Oh, I'm watching these athletes do quarterfinals and semifinals and the games, and like I want to do that stuff. And then now it's kind of like, okay, there's nothing really going on.
Yeah.
And so that motivation from the outside, like kind of can fade if we don't focus in and have a plan.
Right. And it's a real thing. Like you've learned about this, like taking, various psychology classes, and like you have parts of the United States where it's rainy, it's dark most of the year, and you'll see like it's a real thing that, the depression levels are higher in that part of the United States. In Portland, they're known for people just, it's a bit gloomy.
Sunshine's good for you.
100%. Yeah. So it's a real thing, and I don't want to dismiss the impact of what that does, but there are things that we need to do to, have our systems in place. That way, we can kind of overcome, or at the very least, like, this is who I am as a person. This is my routine, and I want to maintain that. Because if we allow ourselves to let the weather and all that stuff kind of dictate our mood and our motivation, inevitably, like you mentioned, like the open, all stuff comes up. And what's a thought that people will always have? Man, I wish I would have started sooner.
Wish I was ready for this. I wish I had this movement. Now's the time to get that movement that we want to be able to do in the open.
Yeah,
like, right now is the time to start training for that.
It's like, believe me, I am talking to myself right now, 100%. Like, there's a lot of stuff I could be working on. I have, a high rocks competition that's coming in November, and I'm adding some running. I'm feeling comfortable, but probably I need to up the volume on that as well. I think I'll do fine. I'm doing CrossFit. It's just like, but amazing thing about what Dave Castro does is he will, a lot of times, maybe not in the open, but definitely in quarterfinals, which are coming back this year, he's going to up the difficulty level in some of the gymnastic movements or something, or maybe, numbers that we're seeing weight-wise on the barbell. You just don't know. That's the exciting and terrifying thing, which I love that. I love, not maybe we're not 100% fully prepared, but I know I did what I can in the months prior, years and months prior, so I at least have a decent showing on things. So, holidays are coming up, festivals are coming up, the treats and all that stuff is coming up. We thought about putting this as a question on, and we'd love to, when we post this Instagram, kind of get everybody's feedback. What do you do? Well, how do you stay consistent during these months when it's very, very easy to, kind of phone it in, or you start to see the normal people that you were used to seeing Monday through Friday, or even 4 times a week, then their attendance may not be what it was. Like, what do you have in place to make sure that you don't fall into those patterns, and you stay consistent with what your goals are? So, like I said, we do what we can on incentives for people. We have the Committed Club barbells, we have the stickers. We like to highlight people that hit those 16 check-ins. We are getting better about checking in on people as well if we don't see their faces, but it really has to come from the individual to have the desire to show up at that time. And if you want to weigh in on that at all.
Next year, we should do this podcast in three months earlier.
Yeah.
Set you up for success. I think we're in October right now. Like, the weather, I think October weather is usually like the perfect weather. Like,
I agree.
Like a little bit cool in the morning. It gets a little warmer in the afternoon. This is the time that we can really build that, continue to build those habits, so that when November, December, really cold happens in January around here. Yeah. So when January hits, we're like, I'll still go because I have to, because this is what I do with my life.
Right.
For me, I don't know, that's what it is. Like, if I'm not at the gym a day, taking rest days is a really hard thing for me personally.
Yeah.
It is just what I do. And again, this is my job. This is what I do as a whole. So it's a little bit easier in that sense, but that doesn't change the fact that there's days that I don't want to work out.
Right.
When it's cold.
Yeah.
And things like that.
And there's days when, I'll show up and I'm like, I'm really, really skilled. I'm just happy to be here. So we're going to talk about some things we can put in place. Also, the things that we can do, ways we can check in on people. Because truly, how amazing would it be if it gets to be like January 1st and, man, I did what I could in these months and I didn't gain, the 5 to 10 pounds, or, I wasn't just a statistic like people do and didn't phone it in.
Yes. Yeah. How can we help you through those?
So first thing we had I brought up the whiteboard that we have when you walk into the main space. So kind of maybe take a walk, revisit those. If you want to revise those, let us know. We'll climb up on the ladder with you.
Rebecca will. She loves ladders.
I will not. I will provide the ladder for you if you want to look up there. But or maybe start thinking of short time goals with that. At least I can make Committed Club for October, November, December. If I haven't been able to make it in the previous months, that's a cool little short time goal that we can create for ourselves. I'm hitting those 16 check-ins, or even if we're not looking at the entire month, can I make the gym a minimum of 3 or 4 times a week? And maybe not even looking at the whole month. Maybe that's a little bit too much for people who haven't consistently been making Committed Club. But, can I consistently make it about three times during the week? I try to, when I send the email out on Sundays, I'll provide a snapshot of what the workouts are that are coming up that way. We encourage, I talked about people when they do their onboarding, try your best to reserve your classes on Sunday for the entire week and then keep those as appointments with yourself. That way, you have line of sight to it. Not just that, your coach has already seen who is reserved for that class. So if for some reason something pops up, and you're listed kind of a no-show, they know they may need to check on you to see, hey, I was expecting to see you today. Like, how are you doing? And hopefully you are comfortable enough to have that line of communication with your coaches. You should, because they all provide it for you. Just that line of communication that you reserve. So that's something you can do. Like, reserve your classes on Sunday for the week. Keep those appointments to yourself. And then what's something else we can do, like short-term goals for ourselves, at least in the next 3 months?
I think one of the things too, you talked about the goal board. Look up at it. Hopefully, if you made goals and you did 3, one was maybe a long-term, one was a shorter term, one was like a medium length. Look at that long-term one. How close are you to it?
Yeah.
Let's adjust it. And you said adjust it, but do it. Like maybe it was Make Committed Club. I know Ariel's was like Make Committed Club for a set number of months, and she's missed that. Like, she's not going to quite get that many months. So maybe it is Make Committed Club for the rest of the year. Like, that's 3 more months. October, we're halfway through. If you're not quite there yet, you got to push it. But we can still do November and December. Like, right. You can still get adjust those goals in that way. I think those are really good to get in here through this time. Aim for Committed Crew. It's really not that hard.
No, and the cool thing is, usually schools are pretty good with kind of giving you line of sight to, this holiday party's coming up or whatever. They give you kind of what you can expect from that. So, kind of figure that out around those events. Don't miss out on those events, with your kids, or, if you have a workplace party that's coming up. So reserve your classes around that, because we ideally have line of sight to that.
Absolutely. Reserve around
something else, and this is, I mentioned Christopher early. He's kind of tacked on to him and Rap are working out kind of at this, because they're doing this Green Beret competition together. So they're getting workouts in together. Christopher's ramping up. Rap is just maintaining. That guy will always, if we had the RX Plus as a thing there, surely he's scaling, right? But scaling up.
RX Plus is scaling. I will die on that hill. RX Plus is scaling. It's not doing
in a good way. Keep it up. Keep doing you, Mike Rep. But it's pretty cool. Yesterday we had the step up workout, so he did the workout with the weight vest, which makes so much sense for him because of the competitions that he does. Technical vest, they have a vest on them, so it makes sense for him to scale up in that way, having a vest on most workouts. A lot of times, with our programming, he'll toss a sandbag when there is no, nothing on our end that's putting the requirement out there, but he needs to ramp up to do that stuff. So find somebody that you typically will see in class and kind of have a discussion with them. You're my accountability buddy. I'm used to seeing you. Or when you're getting at the end of class, the coaches try to do this, hey, see y'all tomorrow. This is a workout that we're doing. Do that with people in your class as well. Hey, am I going to see you tomorrow? Okay, cool. Whether it's a partner workout or not. Maybe should we do that? I don't know if we should program more partner workouts.
We're going to do partner workouts only for the winter arc.
No, we're not, Matt Cole.
No, we're not.
I enjoy that stuff. For me, that, I messaged Brandy the night before because we had a partner workout yesterday, doing something and having the accountability not just to yourself, but to somebody else that does something, to keep you consistent as well.
Adjust your class times to match that person. If they've got to go to a different day, a different time, I probably won't go because I can't be at 4:30 with you. Well, what time can you go? Text them that, ask them that. We've got so many classes.
Yeah. More than any affiliate that I know in the area.
Yeah. If you can't make a class, it's because you don't want to, I feel like.
I agree.
And there are days that I would have to come to 5:15 to work out, and I choose not to go to the 5:15. But that's the choice. It's not that we can't make it happen.
No, we did it that day. We had Diane.
Yeah.
She goes,
I did that on purpose.
I know.
It's not actually.
But I love her to death. She's just not somebody you can. She's not able to interact with you as much as she'd like to. But
9 a.m. is not as early as you can start reacting.
You get to the middle of the class, and there she is. She is animated. She's ready to go. But Diane's one of her favorite workouts. So yeah, it's I saw this thing yesterday where it's people were like, man, you're so lucky you get to make the gym. It's not really luck. My alarm goes off at
It's a
4:45 every
choice.
morning, and it's not always. I usually I can pop out of bed because it's my routine now, but there's some days, like especially now, like it's a struggle, and with it being colder outside, it's colder in my house. So now I'm like an Eskimo and super comfortable. By the time that alarm goes off, it's a struggle to get out of bed some mornings, but it's Brandy has seen, the night before, 2 days, throughout the week that I've already reserved the coach for that class. Kevin and Alyssa know that I've reserved for that class. I've set that expectation on myself. So,
We see y'all unreserved.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
Like
oh
if
yeah.
you reserve, like I see that. So reserve and show up, or reserve and don't show up, and then I'll ask you about it. Like, hey, you didn't want to come to my class?
Yeah.
It hurts my feelings. No,
Yeah.
not actually. I know things happen though. Things
Yeah.
like alarms don't go off, but
Yeah.
don't let waking up and then changing your
Oh
mind.
my gosh,
be
has
the
that ever
reason.
happened? It's happened to me, I think, twice.
Yeah.
In the entire time where I'm actually on the schedule to coach,
Oh, man.
that something happens and my alarm doesn't go off, and it's like the worst
I think I
feeling
had
as a
one of
coach.
those.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm not the first class, so
Yeah.
it's not as big a deal. It's like, hey,
I've-
I'm on my way.
It's always been where I'm coaching the earliest class of the day.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so horrible. And silly things like brand new phone or something. You
Or-
think you have it, or you set for PM instead of AM.
Or you
And
open your calculator to set an alarm.
oh my gosh,
I literally had that open the other night. I think it was before Barcode, because I was changing my alarm for that Saturday. I'm sitting there and I was like, Ariel, what time do you need to get up? To make sure, because I usually get up and then get her up
Yeah.
when we have things like that. And I was like, I'm gonna shower and stuff, and I literally put in 5 o'clock, and then I go, this is my calculator. She's like, yeah, I saw that. I was watching
gosh.
you do that. I was like, you just let me do that? You're just gonna let me set my calculator? I fixed it. We got here. But yeah, things happen.
You know what else has happened in the past month that I just am so tickled about is that damn headset.
It's the most cringe thing ever, but you gotta lean into
I
it.
know. Well, I was it day before yesterday? You were coaching with it, and I leaned in at Ariel. I was like, "How much are you loving this headset?" She's like, "Why did you let him have this?" Like,
I wear it in that class because she's in that class.
it's my favorite. No one leans into it more than Liz. Oh my gosh, it was.
It does help. So at the 4:30 class that day, they were all talking, which is great. I
Yeah.
love that we have
Yes.
community where they're talking to
Yes.
you. It's so awkward in the morning sometimes when nobody's awake yet and they're all going through the warm up and it's dead silent. I'm like, wow, I have to really crank the music. But
Yeah.
4:30 was talking, I'm like, this is good, but I also need you to listen.
Yeah.
So I grabbed the microphone and they did the thing, they could hear me, and I at least felt like I could hear myself, and it is good.
I love that thing. And I put it on for the founders high school
But
class. Well, the crazy thing is they pop too. It's something about this voice from overhead, they transitioned way quicker than when I am yelling. I am trying to get their attention, but with that thing, I am calm.
real.
But it's a weird authoritative sound through that, and so they are quicker transitioning. I don't know if you notice with the regular classes, but with that I don't
Some
know,
days.
crazy power with
Other
that thing.
days.
But accountability, whatever.
Accountability, microphone.
Yes.
Your phone.
Next thing is, I touched on it a little earlier, with the holidays coming up, the treats and all that stuff. Have fun on Halloween with your kids, and take your parent tax of their their kid. I love those Kit Kats. I'm one of those y'all. When we go trick or treating, I am on the look for the unique Kit Kat. There was a wasabi one. There's one that looked like one of those black credit cards. There's some really cool, unique Kit Kats that they'll put out there, and that's always what I'm looking for on Halloween. That's my thing. Do you have a candy?
World Market is where you can go.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can get all those Kit Kats.
Oh my gosh.
Come for opening your shouldn't have done that. Accountability.
Is there one that you look for on Halloween or?
No, I see
But you're more Christmas persons.
gummy candy, sour stuff, and people just don't get that for Halloween, really.
No.
Sometimes they do, but it's usually chocolate, so it's which is fine. I like chocolate, but
Yeah.
give me
You're a gummy candy? So
gummy candy.
Elena, the weirdest thing, whenever I treat the kids to Menchie's, she'll get her whatever yogurt and she'll put gummies. That is the weirdest thing.
The sour gummy worms. They get hard when they're cold, which I don't love, but then you eat them quick, and then honestly, I should just get a bowl of those.
I know, instead of just
Yeah.
this much yogurt. So first one is going to be your Halloween. Have fun with the kids. But then if you can, a lot of these dentist office will take donations for their candy, discard that stuff as quick as you can. Try to keep them in the pantry. Thanksgiving, the baking happens. Right now, Liz is on this, baking kick. What does she call it? The world of baking? I don't know. Oh, she
The
came
other day when she came in and there's like a disaster in the world of baking. Yeah. Who died? It's just like my bread.
Yeah. There's plenty. The cool thing about Thanksgiving too is with the planning you can
Y'all can't hear because we got these microphones on, but Lakeland is standing at outside the door and she just went with her mouth. That was but
that was her immediate feedback on having this door locked right now. So
normally she's at school, but Leander's got a holiday today, so she has a holiday. So we're dealing.
We're doing what we can. It's a great topic, but I realize this is not the most professional we've ever been.
Oh no, that's okay.
But important topic.
We were never said
no.
Just professional fitness people.
We're gonna make it through.
Goodness.
Yeah, planning ahead of time the holiday season. If you're not into meal prepping, maybe a good time to start dabbling in that. Kelly Coffee, Kelly Ferris, she's married woman now. Girl sends her snaps. I know. She sends her snaps every Sunday. Like she's on this meal prepping, her and Rob, every Sunday now. I've never gotten into it. But maybe not a bad time to maybe start looking at, if not your size, maybe just like a protein, like maybe on the weekend on Sunday, do like extra portions and something that you can easily plan for the beginning of the week. Don't have to go like fully into the meal prepping thing, but maybe some meal planning is something that's going to be a little bit easier for you to maintain.
Meal planning is really good. Yeah. We love to meal plan. I don't know what it is. I'm like a hipster in this style, like anything that's like mainstream and cool. So meal prepping, I've always hated it.
Oh, I know.
But I definitely meal prep. But I don't meal prep. But I make egg muffins on Sunday to get me through for breakfast. Yeah, we do the leftover protein. With the holidays and like Thanksgiving and stuff, I think it's really important. We as a society, we're going to eat this really big meal. And so I'm not going to eat breakfast.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm going to eat too many calories at lunch. And that's a great plan. I'm going to do that. But you know what that does? We overeat then. Because we're like, oh, I didn't eat breakfast.
Yeah.
So doing the opposite, eating breakfast, eating a small snack. Maybe you have Thanksgiving at 2, like some families do. Maybe you try it at noon. We get into that debate too. Another podcast topic. But but have a plan. Like eat extra food, like healthy, like in your like goals, and know that you're gonna have a little bit of extra stuff in the afternoon, and that's good. But don't go in hungry.
Right.
Because go in hungry, now we're gonna overindulge and eat too much. And we don't want that. The goal isn't to not eat the stuff that tastes good. The stuff tastes good, and we want to eat it.
Right.
And that's okay.
Yes.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again on this podcast. I eat a bowl of ice cream almost every night. Again, not massive bowl, but a small portion of ice cream almost every night to make it not special. It's not because I'm like, oh, I have to eat ice cream. It's because it takes that specialness away. So when I go and have ice cream somewhere, or we go out with friends to an ice cream place.
Yes.
I'm not like, oh, I want to get the large one because I'm only having ice cream this one time. I'm okay getting that small one because it's not a special thing. Do that with Thanksgiving food.
Yes.
Be ready for it. Eat pies all week before, and then when you get there, you'll be like, oh, I've been eating this, and it's okay.
The psychological impact of this time of year is real.
Yeah.
I don't want to dismiss it at all.
No.
But and especially he brought up earlier, it's going to get cold in here. There's no way around it. Guys, it is never perfect conditions, okay? It's over 100 degrees in the summer sometimes. It's never going to be perfect. You have to decide with yourself, okay, I know I'm going to have to layer up like crazy. And guess what? You're going to warm up 10 minutes into class. Yeah. The coaches ensure that.
I always have a closet pile in the winter from delayering.
You can let it dictate how you're going to run your day, or you can be proactive and have that accountability towards yourself and pre-plan. I know when I walk out that door, something about the winter here in Texas, not very long, but it is mean.
It is mean.
30 degrees and 20 degrees here is different than 30 and 20 degrees in Colorado. I know, I learned that. They don't have that mean wind that's hitting you in the face as soon as you come out of your house. So, but just be aware of that. Expect it. Don't be surprised by it. Have your layers already packed up the night before. Bundle up. When you walk in the door, we're all going to make our comments like, oh, this is miserable. Okay, cool. Let's get past it. Coaches will have a good general warm-up for you, making sure that you are shedding your layers by the time you're done with that general and a specific warm for the day, and you'll be good to go. And then you'll be so happy at the end of the hour. Nobody ever regrets getting their workout in. They regret sleeping in and then falling behind on what their schedule is, or, if I fell behind my committed club and you are in complete control of, what your schedule is and what you can do ahead of time to make sure that you make it here. Okay. So the tough love about it, like, I don't want to sugarcoat the psychological impact, but you can put a plan in place to make sure that you are still consistent on your goals. So by the time January 1st hits, we didn't just phone it in. We didn't just fall behind. We didn't indulge so much that we're having to start not even at baseline. Now we're playing catch up on what we did to ourselves the past couple months. So that's like a mean tone. I'm sorry, but it's the truth of it. So
sometimes we have to have that mean tone.
Yeah.
Because it's not mean. It's caring. And that's, we care. Yeah. Like, we care about you. We care about your goals. We care about staying fit. We don't want to have like a roller coaster of goals. We want to there's going to be some little dips along the way. That's just part of progress. Yeah. But it's different when it's like, oh, I'm ramping up. I'm doing great because it's summer. Oh, it's cold. I'm never going to come to the gym. Yeah. And then now we have to try to build back up. And if the open is like, if you're like me and you use the open as like kind of your test annually of like, where are you in your fitness across the nation, across these other people that are your age, people you don't see in our gym because like you use the open leaderboard. If that's something you do, like if you start in January, you're way too late. And January is also not the time to start New Year's resolutions. You know the best time to start New Year's resolutions? October. Yeah. Set that goal. Figure it out. What's your New Year's
October
resolution?
16th is a great day.
Yes, it is. Come, let's do it. Like, we can set down. We can do goal setting sessions with y'all. We can do these things. Maybe it's too early in the podcast to plug this, but if you're worried about the holidays and you're worried about gaining that weight because like you just don't know how to say no to the parties and things, we have nutrition coaching. That nutrition coaching isn't just like, here's what you should eat. Like, we all know what to eat. We've talked about that before. We all know green things are supposed to be good for us. Vegetables is a made up word, but our nutrition coaching is accountability. Yeah. The biggest part of it is accountability. Hey, what did you eat today? Oh, cool. How could we have adjusted that? Like, what could we have done so that we didn't eat 18 cookies at 3 different Christmas parties? Oh, I could have probably eaten a couple salads. Don't do salads. They're disgusting. I could have eaten something else. I could have eaten that protein before and gotten full on that before I went to that party, and then I wouldn't have room for those cookies. I could have had just one. But just having an accountability is the biggest importance in our nutrition coaching. Like that's what our nutrition coaching, like the biggest part, I think, is that accountability. I feel like that's the name of this episode, accountability. Yeah. Not actually. We're going to talk about the winter arc.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah. And with that, how you view it, how you speak to yourself about this. Do I have to come into a workout or do I get to come into working out? It's a little cliche, but wow. Josh just, so we have a big mirror and she was not getting the response that she wanted while she was knocking at the door. And so she came outside and is looking at us through the window. So he's going to grab her. So again, positive mindset, how you talk to yourself or you view how we're working out in the fall and the winter. You can look at it as something I have to do or something you get to do. This is stuff that your body can do. So celebrate that. The people that you get to see and get to interact with, the coaching that you're going to receive, that you can improve on the movements so that we can progress. Whether you're coming in heavily scaling the workout, cool. Just how you view the workouts. Look at it as more something as you get to do and focus on the positive than something that you're having to do, because that's not fun. Yeah. I actually not something you should do like anytime throughout the year. It's kind of like, oh, I have to do this or whatever. Like you don't really have to do anything. You get to do this stuff with these people and they're going to be going through it just like you. So do what you can, keep making contact with people, expand your circle of people if you need to during this time of year so that we can all come out the end of this year and be better off than when we started like this phase of the year.
Yeah. I think that's pretty good. I've been all over the place.
I know.
We'll never podcast while Luke's here again. Or she's just going to be a part of it, which will not be great either. But
when we post this, we're going to kind of call it action 2. What do you do? How do you stay consistent through this time? What can we do? Anything that ideas for us. Oh my gosh, Shondana had oh my god, a funny like feedback thing on this. You know, ambassadors are coming up. We're looking to get our next 6, and she had some really funny recommendations on, you know, how to keep people consistent and what to do with them when they're late to workouts. And which, if you knew Shondana, would crack you up because
That's really funny that she has an idea and she knows it too. Still, like, we can say this. It's not like it's not a surprise.
That made it just that much more hilarious when you read it that she had like
To see that later.
I know. Awesome. So, what's coming up now? We have a Halloween party coming up this Saturday.
Saturday's busy.
Yeah,
Saturday's busy.
We have our coach meeting that kicks off Saturday morning.
That, unless you're a coach.
No.
But we're happy.
They're important meetings that we have every month because there's a lot of feedback that we get from members. Ollie had some good stuff that he was recommending to us that I want to talk about with the coaches. Then we go into community workout where Liz is hosting that. Then we go into she's going to be a busy lady on Saturday.
Cardio crew. We had cardio crew.
Cardio crew is at 8 a.m. Then we have community at 9. Mike Rapp is leading the charge on community crew. I think it's going to have like a focus for Chad that's coming in November. Liz is leading up community club. Sorry, she's leading
cardio crew at 8. Community workout at 9.
Yes, words. And then about 15 minutes after where they wrap up the community workout, we're going into Big Skill Saturday. 3 main coaches on the floor. That Liz is going to head up. Then you have Josh and Mike Rapp. They're going to assist her because she had a little bit of an incident happen a couple weeks ago with a smashed finger, so she's not as capable as she typically is on the rope, but just know that she is an amazing rope climber. But that's what the focus is going to be efficiency on rope climb. So whether you're getting comfortable coming up on the rope or, you know, I typically will use 5 or 6 pulls to get up there. Okay, let's see what we can do to adjust your form so we're getting up there. Trying to get from point A to point B in the least amount of pulls as possible. Sounds like the rower, trying to get from point A to point B as efficiently as we can. Then we'll go home, have lunch, take a nap, do last minute running around. Then we're going to meet back here at 8 p.m. for our Halloween party. Again, get a sitter. I cannot stress this enough.
Kids
get a
are
sitter.
not invited.
Yeah. Not that we don't love our kids, but you know, people really get into their costumes, so some of them may be a little bit terrifying for the kids, or maybe some skin's going to be shown. I don't know. It's adult, so.
I'm giving away my costume.
Oh my God! It reminded me of when we had that interesting discussion. And I was like, I wanted to be a sports bra chick, and you're like, it's my goal.
That's my goal.
So after that, Halloween, and then what is coming up after that? Green Beret Fitness is beginning of November. Some of us are traveling in November. Oh, sorry. Before that, the week of Thanksgiving, we have our Bring a Friend and Member Appreciation Week. More details. I'm coming out with that, but expect
after Green Beret. Green Beret.
Right, Bregade's first. Yeah, but the week of Thanksgiving, we have our Bring a Friend Week and
yeah.
Sorry, but we're going to start a little bit earlier. This time around, we're actually going to start on a Sunday. We're going to meet here to kind of set the tone for the week. We're going to start off with some yoga, just kind of reset, enjoy everybody, get some zen, and then we have some fun events planned. We're going to have a workout plan where we want you to bring your kids.
Yeah,
okay?
Opposite of the Halloween
party. We want you to bring your kids. We're going to do some programming where kids, little ones, teens, bring your kids to work out with you that day. Okay, it's a very family-focused day. We'll see if we can get some coffee and maybe some drinks delivered on Friday. A couple of other things that we're trying to arrange, but we're gonna have a lot of fun that week. After that, Thanksgiving, we'll probably do our 5K the morning of, or maybe Jim will do his ruck again. So running 5K, whatever you want to do the morning of Thanksgiving, unless you have a spouse that's like slaving away while you come and get your workout in. But however your family does it. Or hopefully you did your pre-planning ahead of time and you're enjoying the workouts here, then go help out in the kitchen. So don't tell your spouse that we're saying you have to come in and leave them high and dry at the house.
You have to be here.
Expect one workout or maybe 1 or 2 the day after Thanksgiving. We're not going to have a full schedule the day after, that Friday. That Saturday, fun day. We have the A&M and UT games, so that's going to be a local game here. We are going to have a brisket cook-off that day. We already have 2 entries, and Christopher and Mark Murphy. I need to put that out as well if anybody wants to submit a brisket. Probably going to cap it at maybe 4 people that want to enter. Then we'll have people competing for best side dish and best dessert. We'll have the projector set up for that game that's going to happen that afternoon. So hopefully it's going to be a nice chilly day. We'll be in our sweats, enjoying each other. So bring your chairs. after that, then we're rolling right into December. So we'll have a couple podcasts before then. We always do our 12 Days of Christmas workout. If there's any other competitions coming up, I know Strength Haven does one that's like a cool fundraiser for a shelter or something for animals. That time, I think it's another male-female format. Be on the lookout. We'll message everybody out. We'll put it as much as we can in the Sunday night email. But thanks again for joining us, and thanks for bearing with us on this podcast. It's not our most professional one we've ever done, but whatever. It's a really, really important topic. Yeah, we're here to be your accountability buddies, or reach out, expand your circle, have people check in with them at the end of class and say, hey, am I going to see you tomorrow? And let's keep plugging away, keep the consistency, and so we're not playing catch up on the first of the year. So.
Really good accountability buddy is Lakeland.
Yeah.
If you become friends with her, like Emily, she wasn't here one day. She's like, where's Emily at?
Yeah.
I'm like, you're going to have to ask her next time you see her. So
implied, where are Emily and her stickers?
Yeah. She gives her stickers. So a way to win Lakeland over is stickers. Yeah. And you have an accountability buddy. So
cool.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, y'all.
Have a good day.
Check the show notes for things.